Oh look, it's the old Clay Entertainment logo.
You think they would have gotten sued if they used Play-Doh Entertainment?
Probably. And yeah, this is the original version of Mark of the Ninja now, back when this was an exclusive partnership with Microsoft Studios. Ah!
Back when it didn't... Yeah, what was that?
That's concept art of the Path of Nightmares.
Oh, wow!
With a lighter casing and bamboo spikes, this spike mine will make less noise when it hits the ground.
I forgot that I got the Smoke Bomb Plus.
That's fine.
Yeah, so I ended up, considering whether or not to get it, and I just thought no, because I didn't realize that I gotten it there. So we're gonna go with Path of Ninja, Smoke Bomb, Noisemakers, and Spike Mine. It's been a while since I recorded this footage. So for those of you who don't remember from last episode, we ran into some problems.
Look at that chasm. My advice? Move fast and don't look down.
I wasn't able to get past this level. I wasn't even able to load this level on the remastered version. So we're going back to the original. It doesn't look that much worse, to be honest.
Oh. Guess I'll have to find another way around. Go on. I'll catch up.
Bye, Felicia.
So this is the only level in the game that takes place entirely indoors.
This place is ancient.
And of course, we can't have a 2D side-scroller without some crumbling platforms.
And it's a sewer level on top of it.
Not in the traditional sense. Like, there aren't any, sludging water or, tainted waters or anything. It's only... it's in their catacombs. They're more... And, oh, there's some spikes. Want to avoid those.
I can't see the bottom. If there even is one.
There isn't. You die instantly. It's a bottomless pit.
Ooh.
This is one of the few platforming sections that I think is actually enjoyable. Generally speaking, the controls are much better for sneaking, but there are a couple of small platforming sections that I think are pretty good. There's an alternate path you could have taken over there, and it leads back here.
So it's a bit of a maze, then.
Yeah. So there's this coffin we can push over here. We get our first scroll.
A ninja must never fear death. But Tetsuji refused to die. He was corrupted by a power that had no purpose.
I give my last coins to an old scar-cheeked merchant. What have I to lose?
As long as I remember to put it on my taxes, I should be fine.
If you move fast, he won't kill you. I just hope there's fresh air on the other side.
Yeah, so does Steve.
Yep, so they're taking the gas idea for the previous level and putting it into an entire corridor now.
Ugh.
So there are some safe spots, above in the ceiling and other areas.
I like that there's no enemies to speak of, but it's still a bit of a challenge.
Yeah, there will be some enemies a little later in this level.
They're using those crates to haul weapons. Nobody will notice if you ride along too.
So here we go. Here's the main gimmick for this area, for this level. And it is a gimmick that's exclusive to this level. We will never see these moving crates again once we finish this level. According to the dev commentary, they did consider introducing these crates again, like in the last level, but they decided against it. So now that we have the upgraded spike mines, we can do what we couldn't do before, which was cheesing them by placing them directly on top of enemies' feet. And it's great. So these enemies here have gas masks, so they can obviously go through the gas. And one of the seals here is to get the gas mask guards and kill them while they're in the gas. They also have slightly better cone of vision than normal guards.
Okay.
I think the masks that they're wearing also count as night vision goggles, if I remember correctly. At least they have the same properties as night vision guards that you see later.
Gotcha.
Out to the catacombs. We pulled double shifts installing those security measures down there. I don't want it wasted because of a brownout.
Oh yeah, you know the power bill that all those corpses use. The dead love their Netflix.
All those dead asses on Xbox Live.
Nothing. So yeah,
It's the wind.
Yeah, these kills don't count because they weren't in the gas. So now they're up in the ante a bit. We've got lasers. Bats prey, especially when done from above, on like ledges and things like that, has a homing property, which is really useful.
So you kind of gravitate to them a little bit.
Yeah, basically, if you were engaged in lock-on already, when you started the kill, you will finish it, even if the enemy walks away by the and is out of your range, you know, by the time it's done. So for this seal, we have to stay on the crates for the entire ride up. It's pretty simple. But there's something at the bottom there. First, we got to take care of this sleeping guard, though. But we're not done with him yet.
Oh.
So, I don't think I've really shown this off before, but guards can fall from ledges when they're terrorized. They could just stumble off. And if they die while doing that, you get the slippery slope bonus.
It's clear.
Yeah, it's clear. Also, the camera kind of glitched out there. Also, you'll notice there, he didn't notice the body passing by. Bodies are programmed so that they will only hear the noise of a body dropping. They won't see a body passing by them. It's a deliberate
Interesting.
it's a deliberate exploit that was put in to make it a little more fair. Like I said, there are certain deliberate limitations to the standard enemy AI that are put into the game, and you'll see why in a much later episode.
No, I love these challenge rooms.
This one's it's pretty annoying just because a lot of it is rote memorization, but I agree they're fun to watch. So I should also point out that I'm playing on the 1.0 build of the 2012 version. There's a visual glitch in here which I think is exclusive to 1.0. They actually went and backpatched a lot of the glitches. Anyway, that happens when you try to grapple onto the bottom from the left side, and it's not just there. I think it's only in this room, but it's not just at that area. It's consistent in some later areas, because I tried it over here, and it still works.
And it still does it.
Yeah. So, Clay actually backpatched a lot of the fixes and changes that they made in the remastered version back into the 2012 version. But the 1.0 build is still perfectly playable if you go into the betas option.
Raindrops pock my skin. I am soft, scalded, and marked, and terribly strong.
A lot of this is actually training for a later level once we eventually encounter Karajan, because I don't think that counts as a spoiler because we've pretty much been building up to that at this point.
Yeah.
But there aren't any, the moving crates aren't there, but certainly the way that boxes and lasers act relative to each other becomes a big part of the eventual set piece against Karajan. So this puzzle, I really hate it, and it took a while for me to remember how it worked, because it had been a while since I got to this part of the game. And also, as you'll see later, the area to the left of it is where the third Hisamu scroll is, I almost got there originally, and as you'll see, like right about like I bet like I solved it, went back, thought I saw something here. I didn't realize the scroll was there. But don't worry, I did go back and eventually get the scroll on a second playthrough, which we'll be seeing in a little bit. So I essentially solved this puzzle twice, because I doubled back. But I don't like this puzzle at all. If you have smoke bombs, you can pretty much skip it entirely.
Cheese it, yeah.
So here's where that other scroll is. It's right back where I thought it was.
Now this is a little Super Meat Boy.
Yeah, pretty much. Unfortunately, this guard was just away from the spike mine. I had to throw a bamboo dart to him for him to move so that he could get caught in it.
My eyes reveal the quiver of an eyelash on a traitor's face.
If you say so, Tetsuji.
Hey, I found a way out. It's just past the next room, but there's a rusty old gate blocking the way. There's a way to open it from your side, but be ready. When the racket starts, every guard down here will come running.
Okay, so you remember how, like, in Metal Gear Solid 4, and I think in 3 as well, there were sections where they like made compromises for like the forced action sequences where there would be enemies on alerts, but not necessarily in the alert status, like they'd be in caution mode or they'd be searching for you.
Yep.
That's basically what this section is. Except you're going to be waiting at a timer instead of forced to take them down. Though for some reason, when I could not figure out this really basic puzzle, again because I hadn't played this game in a while, so I just ran around like an idiot trying to figure out what the hell to do. And eventually it took me using Farsight to...
it shows you what
it shows you exactly what to do. And even then, I thought something was wrong, restarted from checkpoint, and then eventually my idiotic brain put two and two together. Like, oh, I'm supposed to hit the lever! Of course!
Get down there and find them.
And of course, there's a seal here. You have to hide 3 bodies.
Send in the dogs.
And then it escalates the fight throughout this area. So first they send in some dogs.
Check the bed. He has to be here somewhere.
For some reason, I don't think of hiding this body.
That'll flush him out.
And then they start flooding the room with poison gas. 1 room at a time. So here's the weird thing, right? They put me here in this checkpoint area. Like they put you in specific areas at the end of each wave. So yeah, that's kind of some later levels also have some weird things with checkpoints. But I thought I'd point that out. Anyway, I had some fun terrorizing the guards here. Apparently, those guards are terrorized at the idea that this dog went to sleep. Because, I mean, the dog, it doesn't count as a kill for the dog unless you use a spike mine, right?
Right.
Ow. But the game still treats it as you being terrorized. So then I just have to wait the next couple of seconds until the door opens. So this is probably my least favorite level, but I do like this little scene at the end.
It's open. Get out of there.
It's a pretty interesting sequence. There's another guard terrorized, probably because he saw a dead body. I was wearing the Path of Nightmares costume, where enemies get terrorized just by seeing dead bodies.
Still a cool set piece.
Yeah. So don't worry, I got that third scroll on the second playthrough, so we still have all 9 on her, even if it's not on the playthrough that I showed. So there we go. That's a little breather room, having to, you know, exit up and around in order to reach Karajan's castle.
I like it. It's the sewer level without being the sewer level. It's atmospheric. It's dark. It's a little bit puzzly. I don't know if you feel that the puzzles are brutally unfair in that part, but they're really cool. They're well put together. They really did a good job with this.
And it's also my least favorite level in the game, which should say something about this game's quality.
Yeah, you still had fun with it.
Yep.